Hey guys, welcome back to another BCH video. As you can see, I'm in a new place, different background, different setting. It's because I am at Riley's house. If you don't remember, in the last video I talked about having other people come on this channel with me and speak about their experiences surrounding mental health and suicide, depression. Riley is the first one that was willing to do that with me, and I can't thank him enough for doing that. One thing I want to get out of the way, yes, we're twinning. We are big fans of another YouTube channel that puts out this merch, so we just coincidentally wore it on the same day. So Riley, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Alright, hi, I'm Riley. I am 19. I grew up in this area since I was 2 years old. I was brought here from India. I was adopted. I went to Skyline. That's part of a story that I'll get into briefly in this video. I met him in elementary school. I've been really good friends with him ever since. Let's get into this.
Alright, so with my experiences, they're mainly revolving around depression and how family members of mine have committed suicide. And like I've said in the two previous videos, this is a suicide awareness organization that I run, but it does not just have to be about suicide awareness. It can be about all types of mental health, because I've covered that there are so many kinds of mental health that aren't talked about, and they need to be, so that way people have an understanding of what is actually happening in the world and how certain people are dealing with different things. And we may not understand what they're going through, but we can attempt to understand through actually talking about it. So Riley, what is the type of mental health you're going to be talking about today?
It's probably the biggest one, and a lot of people are suffering through this. It's addiction. Addiction is a huge play in my life. I was really affected with it during high school, and it just really affected me, and then it helped me mature now who I am now. So what I went through with being an alcoholic and being an addict with marijuana and whatnot, and nicotine, or many more things I've done that's scary, and it's very scary. I'm not prepared. I'm very nervous. I don't know what to say. Everything's like coming here and there. No, when I was going through my phases of being addicted to alcohol, it was a bad time. It was just awful. I was working at Safeway for 2 years. As I was working at Safeway, for the first year I was doing totally fine. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing anything. I was just getting right into high school, blah blah blah. I was like actually in freshman year, and then sophomore year. Towards the end of sophomore year, my use of marijuana actually kicked in. I got introduced to it in April. I did it once. I thought, oh great, it's awesome. I liked the feeling. After that first time, I didn't even do it. It just something I didn't even think of doing it. And then I got introduced to it again. I greened out. It was my first time hitting the bong. Like I'll admit it. First time hitting the bong. I greened out. Did way too much. I greened out. It wasn't a fun trip. And then I didn't do it. I waited a couple months, and it just went off and on with that use. And then it just, towards the summer, and then I got older, I started driving. I was like, oh, I can do all this crap. I thought I was the big man. I thought I could do anything, you know. No, I was wrong. What happened when I was working at Safeway, I stole. I stole over probably $2 grand or even more of alcohol. It's not cool. It's like I'm glad I'm not in that mind state. It's like I was drinking every single night. It was awful.
And guys, just to keep in mind, like Riley and I are the same age. We're both 19, so this was, one, a self-destructive pattern because, one, he's underage, two, like you said, he was doing it every single night and he put his job at jeopardy. So being addicted to even something as simple as alcohol is a big,
It's
big
terrifying.
thing.
It's terrifying.
It's crazy because that's just a common thing in our world. Like, you know, when we think of, oh, someone's an addict, you know, you're like,
We
oh,
think of like crack or heroin or meth.
yeah, you don't think of, you know,
Of alcoholics.
like the dads having beers every night, you know?
Yeah.
You don't think about that. So that's why I'm very glad that Riley, even though he said he's nervous, which is very understandable, I'm glad that he's here talking about it. Sorry I cut you off.
During my youth, it got really really heavy. In junior year. Junior year was my worst year. I got into a group of people that I'm still good friends with. I'm really close with them, but they're out of state. They're not even in the state anymore. I still talk to them, but that's when my marijuana use got really heavy. I was smoking weed every day. Every day. I would roll up to school in my car. I would have bags. I would have a bag of marijuana, and I would have joints, I have roll paper. I would start rolling in the school parking lot, and I would say, "Oh, this is my morning. This is my afternoon. This is after lunch." I would even have my whole day set. Like it would be bad. At one point, it got that bad. But really, it affected my alcohol use. It's mainly my biggest topic is alcohol, because that was my biggest thing that really affected me and Ben and my friend group. But mainly my family was the biggest affected, because they lived in the same house. They knew I was drinking. They knew I would come home. I would have a bag. I would have probably 5 bottles of alcohol, and I would come home, put it in my room, and start drinking. But I would only choose one bottle. Like, it was just this one specific brand. I don't know why. It was just one brand. It was Smirnoff Watermelon. I know, gross. Just one brand that always got me to drink, and I would do it here. I would just drink, and I thought it was the greatest thing. I think it's because I always thought the feeling of drinking, what the feeling was, it got rid of what I was going through. So when you do drugs, or when you drink, wherever you think it's gonna help you cope, it's really not helping you. It's just putting it. So this is your, imagine there's a big block of clouds right here, and this is the alcohol or whatever your drug of choice. What it's gonna do, it put the drug of choice here, and all your stuff here gonna move aside. It doesn't go away. All it does is go. It blocks it for that time being, and it moves away. And then it comes right back to you, and you feel down, you feel hungover, you feel whatever. But you still have all that depression, all that anxiety, all that drama, whatever you are going through, which is not a good thing, because all you're doing is just pushing it away. And you're not dealing with it. You're not talking to someone. You're not helping yourself or others around you. So it really affected me and my family. As with my family, towards the end of my youth, it got really bad. They started noticing things. They started noticing changes in me. I was a lot angrier when I didn't have alcohol. I was just not really myself. I wasn't in my mind state. I was drinking and driving, which is scary. It got to a point where I would start drinking during the day at 12 in the afternoon, midday.
There's one specific instance I can think of where that came into play. It was, 2 in the afternoon.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing about it because I find it funny that I did it, that my mind, I actually thought of, oh, let's drink and drive and go bowling.
Yeah, we wanted to go bowling on a weekday. I think it was
it was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday. And I roll up to the bowling alley, I wait on Riley to get there, and he gets there and he gets out and he's just...
I'm tumbling.
He's not him.
I'm not myself.
I was like, oh god, no. And there was a family next to us in the next lane, and Riley's screaming.
Yeah.
And Riley doesn't.
Because I kept getting gutter holes.
Yeah. But Riley doesn't do that.
No.
So like, just the alterations that it made to his mind were crazy. To think that he drove all the way to Kirkland, drunk,
Off my ass.
without even caring. Like he thought
No.
he thought it was okay at the time. He doesn't think it's okay now.
No.
And nobody should ever think drinking and driving.
No,
is okay.
it's not okay. It's scary. It's really scary. So this day led up to the day where I found out I was expelled from Skyline. So that is not a fun topic that I want to get into, but I'm going to briefly get into it. What happened was it was on a Friday night. I was with a couple guys friends. We got right out of school. I had alcohol. I was set. I had marijuana. I had alcohol. We knew an abandoned place in this area of Sammamish. We went there and we're like, we're going to throw a party. That didn't happen because it was broad daylight and no one wants to go to a party right after school. Maybe later in the night. So we were like, all right, let's pregame. So we pregame. I pregame pretty hard. Really hard. Then we went to North Bend. We went to this foreclosed house in North Bend. I don't even remember where it is or what it is. I don't want to remember it because it's a bad memory for me. So it was this foreclosed house. It was on a farm. It was a really nice house. It was a pretty, really, really, really nice house. And I was like, dude, this house is locked. The whole house was locked. It would everything. So I made like nothing was happening. But the guest house was unlocked, and that's why he was thinking of throwing in the guest house because it was unlocked. We're not gonna get in trouble. No, nothing. So he started leaving, and I'm like, wait, just hold a sec. I run out. I grab a rock. I throw the rock at a window.
Hold on. Sorry guys, my camera light just went out, so this is the lighting you're gonna have to deal with.
I went into the house. I turned on every lights, unlocked the doors, all doors, and I screamed, "Yo, come in!" And everyone's like, What was that sound? And I run out, I'm like, yo, come in, I gotta show you something. And I was intoxicated. Remember, I pre-gamed that day. Long story short, I threw a party and I made a threat towards Skyline, which I regret. And making a threat towards a school is something you never want to do. Even though you're never going to do it. It's a lesson I learned very, very hard. For one, I didn't get to graduate with my graduation class, which actually it really affects me even now. Just to think on that, because I was looking forward for a year actually walking with with the gown and everything, walking and grabbing my diploma. No, I didn't. That day, and it was hard. So after I found out I was expelled, I stayed home. I was pissed off. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to go to the school and I wanted to talk to them. Like, look, I was drunk off my ass. I said stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry I said stuff, but it was something where they had the right to not send me to school, and I couldn't fight against it because it was something I said. It was super bad. It also scared people what I said, and I truly am sorry that I did say this. Was not me that said this. I was totally gone. So the next day I went to, before all of this happened, I was seeing a counselor at Cross Path, which is up here behind the YMCA actually. It's an awesome place. I was doing counseling there. It was cool. I had this one counselor. So I went to 2 counselors, and the first counselor, I mentioned my marijuana use. She didn't really do anything. She just told me, well, you don't want to smoke weed. And I just sat there and I looked at her and was like, okay. She didn't do anything. She didn't tell me that smoking weed actually doesn't push away things. She said, don't smoke weed.
Yeah, and guys, this goes back to what I've said. Like, there's certain counselors that may not work for you. Like I told you guys, I've been to multiple counselors and I only connected with one of them and trusted one of them. So it's all about finding the right support group for you to help you succeed in getting better and recovering from whatever you're going through. Not every person is going to be right for you in terms of helping make things better.
So this counselor at Cross Path, which is an awesome counseling place. It's probably, if you're in high school and you're watching this and you live in the Sammamish area or Issaquah area, either go to Friends of Youth, which is down in Issaquah,
which is where I went for
or go
2 years.
go to Cross Path, which is up here in Sammamish behind the YMCA. I'm telling you, this place helped me. She recommended a rehab facility that I dearly miss. I miss being there. I enjoyed it that much because I didn't have my phone. I didn't have anything. I was gone from him, from everyone, my family, everything, for a whole month, and it really helped a lot. It helped me mature. Sundown M Ranch, a great facility, a really great facility. I recommend that place. It's probably one of the best. It's in Yakima. It's awesome. I stayed there for a whole month. I went there from March 2nd to the weekend after Easter. I was there for a whole month, or even more.
It's more than a month. Yeah.
It's more than a month, and it was by far probably one of the greatest things I've ever been to. So what I learned there at SMR was stuff I didn't even know that I had, that now I know that I have. So and this is referring to my alcohol use. The reason why I can pick up a full fifth of bottle of Smirnoff, whatever, a fifth of hard alcohol, and just chug the whole thing, and not black out, not throw up, not do anything. And Ben knows this too. I was able to pick up a bottle and not freak out or do anything. I find this hilarious because I've matured this much, and I can laugh about my old past self and learn and look back on this and say, okay, let's not go there, let's not do that, let's find a new way to do this. It's just that I'm still shocked that I used to be able to pick up a bottle and chug the whole thing and not freak or do anything. So what it's called, I forgot what it's called, but I think it's called binge drinking. Or no, not binge drinking. It's something, but it starts with a B.
Don't you have like an overactive liver? Like your liver processes.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I don't know if it's just a genes thing from my parents from India, which I have never met before, but I have this thing where if I can pick up a bottle of alcohol, beer, or anything, I can drink it. My liver, in a snap, instantly knows it's alcohol, and that's why I can drink a full fifth, and non-stop, and keep going and not without puking. Now, if I do that now, I'm gonna black out.
And what that
majorly.
What that did is it made him feel like,
invincible. I felt like I was doing cocaine.
Riley's situation not only had mental implications, but it also had physical implications, because his body was being affected as well as his mind. So addiction is a very, very important topic to
It's a
cover.
scary thing.
It's such a scary thing, because there was something I don't think I mentioned. My mom was addicted to pain medication, and that was actually what she used to take her life. She mixed pain medication and antidepressants with alcohol, and I can't even fathom how lonely that must have been. It seems like a really slow way to go, and that's always been really hard for me to fathom. So addiction is not a fun topic. None of the stuff I talk about or anybody talks about on this channel,
we're going to be seeing or what we're going to be talking about.
It's not fun.
That was one big reason with my family. Everyone was pissed off at me, mainly against me with my family. They were mad at me because I was using, because I was drinking, and because I was doing all this. They didn't want that for me. I honestly, I really don't remember how they, I remember how they affected, but it was so long ago now, I don't really have it in my mind the moment because I'm past that. That's all in the past and I've just moved on. But I know it affected my family majorly and heavily. And it was a scary time in my life. It's something that I'm really hoping for that can help other people. By this video is saying, look, if you're gonna drink, if you're gonna do anything, before you do that, talk to someone. Or if you have someone, which I learned in rehab when it really helped me, and it really did help me, just grab a notebook and a pencil, write down your date, and write down how your day went. And if you have a trusted adult, trusted friend, trusted family member, trusted anyone, if you have someone you really, really trust, give them that notebook. Have them give you feedback on what you wrote every day until you get to a point, like at the end of the month. Like start like at the beginning of the month and the end of the month. Write everything that happened during the day, and give them the notebook, and they'll just give you feedback on it, and they'll tell you this. If you write something down, you feel so much better. You write more in details. If you just talk about it in person, you only want to talk about this right up at the top. You don't dig deep. I think when you write down stuff, you dig deep, really deep into your emotions. That's what I did in rehab, and it really did help me. I
really would like to thank Riley for joining me in this video.
No, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share what I've been through.
No problem, man, anytime. Riley's actually going to be helping out a bit more with BCH Suicide Awareness as an organization and not just a YouTube channel. He has already started designing sweatshirts, which I'm not sure if I'm going to sell or just give away, because if we sell them, all the money would go directly to the National Suicide Prevention Helpline. I would not pocket any of it. Riley would not keep any of it. No. This is a non-profit organization, so we would not try to make money off of anything we did sell, but we're still not sure if we're going to sell or give those away.
They're still in designing mode right now.
But it does incorporate my logo and some thoughtful little notes, so we hope you like them when we do release them. Coming up soon, Connor should be back soon. I know I keep saying that, but he is just a very, very, very busy guy. Him and I just can't seem to match schedules. I'm usually free late at night and he's busy late at night, so it's tough to coordinate with him, but we'll make it work. He'll be back soon. After speaking to my family, my sister actually wants to be in one of these videos because, yes, I've given you my entire perspective on what has happened surrounding my family, but that's my perspective. That is not my sister's. My sister went through different things after what happened to our mom, and you know, me being a 13-year-old and her being older than I was at that point in time, she has some different stories that she can share and try to enlighten people on. So I'm very excited to have her on camera. She's a little skittish, but hopefully she'll be able to make it work. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for you guys tonight.
Well, I would like to mention something.
Yep.
So going off what Ben was saying, he has people he has. I actually, after watching Ben's first two videos, my sister, she overheard it and she got inspired and she wanted to do a video. Same with her friend, which is awesome. They have my sister she can tell you her perspective of what she dealt with while I was going through all this,
and what she deals with herself on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And then her friend, I don't know much about her, but I do know that she has had a rough past year. So I am very excited to talk to both of them. Those videos will be pretty similar to this one. I know the last two videos have been me talking your ear off for 20 minutes.
Yeah, sorry for talking your ear off.
This one was a little bit of a change. I just wanted to let Riley talk and explain, and I, jumped in a few times to try to explain, my point of view on everything that happened, because when Riley was going through all that, I was right there with him. Him going to rehab was...
Yeah, let's talk about that. How did that affect you?
Riley going to rehab,
that's
in
something
all
I
honesty,
you never talked about.
It was really surprising to me, but also I knew it was necessary. It was just really weird not having him around because, like, yes, we were high schoolers at the time, so we did the whole Snapchat streak thing, and he had one of our friends keep his streaks, and every time I saw Riley's name pop up on my phone, I was like, oh, Riley's back. No, he wasn't back, but then he called me one day and he was actually back, and I was like, holy wow. So yeah, it was really weird, but I knew it was necessary for him to do that, and I was really proud of you for going and doing that, especially on your own, like without anybody telling you.
All these topics that we're going to be talking about is not going to be a great topic to talk about. It's something that no one wants to talk about. Like he said in his first video, and he said it many times in this video, it's scary.
It's so hard to open up to people, and we're putting this on the friggin' internet.
Yeah.
Like, I even talked to him before this. I was like, are you ready for this to be on the internet? And he said yes. And that's a very mature moment to be able to do that. And that was the hardest moment for me because I've never put a video out there before that first video. And doing that gave me the confidence to now, sitting in front of this camera, I have no fear. I opened up to you guys. I received support for it. And it gave me so much encouragement to keep going with it. So, yeah. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you have given this channel and me and the direct messages. And I hope you guys will reach out to Riley if you feel like it. I'll leave both of our Instagram links in the description below. This will also be posted on Facebook. And if you are watching this on Facebook right now, the link to the YouTube video is in the description below as well. Again, can't thank you guys enough for watching. This is probably going to be a really long video, but if you guys really do care and you sat through it, thank you so much.
That's awesome. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
You do.
Alright, see you in the next video.
See ya.
Peace.